The Stars take on the Avalanche Game 7, and that's going to be a 4 p.m. Eastern puck drop. Series all knotted up at 3 games apiece. Colorado's the $1.25 favorite, total 6 goals. The Stars are plus 105 for some moneyline cash. Anton Khudobin projected in the net for Dallas. Michael Hutchinson slated for the Avalanche. We're 4-0 in our last 4 NBA tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. The NBA tier is a specific membership that is offered on that site, as we are currently 9-1 in our last 10 picks in that particular tier membership as well. We're also 5-0 in our last 5 extra daily pick tier package plays on that site as well, and that membership costs just $2.99. For more information on how you can access these exclusive premium sports picks, link for that site is in the description section below. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. And despite losing their last 2 straight to push this one to Game 7, the Stars will still have the slightly more experienced goaltender between the pipes. Actually, the much more experienced goaltender between the pipes. Khudobin was 7-3 in the playoffs before losing Game 5 and 6 of the series. Khudobin had a real nice regular season, winning 16 games for the Stars, along with a .222 goals against average. He also had an impressive save percentage of .930. Meanwhile, in the playoffs, he's still saving 91% of the shots he's facing, and he has a goals against average below 2.9. The Stars are in the top 10 in the league in fewest goals allowed per game. They're also giving up just 2.9 goals per contest for the entire season. Denis Gurianov has 8 postseason goals thus far, 6 assists, 14 total points. Joe Pavelski also scored 8 times along with 3 assists for 11 total points during that stretch as well. And speaking of points, defenseman Miro Heiskanen has 19 total points thanks to 14 assists in this 2020 postseason. And despite blowing a 3-1 lead in this series, the Stars have still won 6 out of their last 9 contests, averaging over 4 goals per game during that span. Now, they are taking on an Avalanche team who's giving up just about 4 goals per contest in this series to the Stars. Calvert, Landeskog, Donskoy, and Timmins are all questionable for today's game. Goaltender Phil Grubauer is still out, and Pavel Francouz is officially listed as questionable. Many sources reporting that it's going to be Michael Hutchinson making his 3rd career playoff start. Hutchinson went just 5-10 on the season and had a sub-.898 save percentage. Hutchinson also had a .347 goals against average during the regular season as well. So, with those things in mind, it almost makes you wonder if Hutchinson maybe caught a little bit of lightning in a bottle in his last 2 playoff starts. But regardless of that, we're looking at a Colorado team who's been victorious in just 4 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with the Stars. So look for the Stars to unload on Hutchinson late, as this Colorado team ranks in the top 10 in most third-period shots allowed per game, giving up a lot of chances late in games. Now, total-wise, 5 out of the series' 6 contests got over the total, with the Avalanche actually scoring 4 total goals in that lone game that stayed under. 8 out of Colorado's last 9 contests also got over the number as well. Meanwhile, Dallas saw 7 out of their last 9 get over the posted total themselves. Give me the Underdog Stars plus 105 and the over 6 goals in that contest. Before we go ahead and take a look at our next and final matchup of the show, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Friday's NHL Stanley Cup playoff action. 2 Game 7s, really doesn't get any better than that. Happy Friday to you guys. The weekend is finally here, and we're going to get our weekend kicked off right with some playoff action. Now, before we move on, we're 4-0 in our last 4 NBA tier membership plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. 9-1 straight up in our last 10 plays in that very same package. We're also hitting at 5-0 in our last 5 extra daily pick tier membership plays on that site as well. And that membership costs just $2.99. Exceptional value there. For more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Moving on, we're going to take a look at that game right by the finger. It's Canucks Golden Knights, Game 7. 9 p.m. Eastern start time in this elimination game. Series all tied up at 3 apiece. And despite, blowing a 3-1 lead, this Vegas team is still the heavy $2.20 favorite. Totals at 6 goals. Thatcher Demko projected between the pipes for Vancouver. Looks like the Knights are going to go with Marc-Andre Fleury, who kind of fell victim to a red-hot Robin Lehner in that for most of the playoffs. Now, Fleury got the Knights a few victories in the postseason here, but his save percentage was a bit higher than usual. His save percentage was a bit lower than usual. In 3 games in the postseason, Fleury had a save percentage below .894. His goals against average in the regular season was actually about 20 points up from his career numbers as well. Vegas has lost 3 out of their last 5 and ranks in the top 3 in the league in first period goals allowed. They're also in the bottom 5 in the league in power play chances, and they scored just 1 total goal in their last 2 against the Canucks in the series. And speaking of Vancouver, Thatcher Demko is expected to go between the pipes tonight. Jake Markstrom still listed as questionable. Because of games 5 and 6, Demko is officially 2-0 in the playoffs, .47 goals against, .990 save percentage. Ridiculous number. Of course, that's a short sample size, but still, .990 save percentage. The Canucks have won 5 out of their last 8 contests and averaged just over 4 goals a game in those victories. They're in the top 10 in scoring on average per game, top 5 in third period scoring. Bo Horvat leads the club in postseason goals with 10 of them, 12 total points for Bo during that stretch. Elias Pettersson also scored 7 times in the playoffs, along with 18 total points for him. JT Miller's got 18 total points during the playoffs as well, thanks to a dozen assists. And Troy Stecher is currently leading the team in plus-minus. He's a +9 in the postseason. The Canucks have cashed in on nearly 62% of their puck line plays away from their home ice. Now, total-wise, when it comes to the number in this one, 3 out of the series' last 4 games stayed under the number. 6 out of the Canucks' last 10 games stayed under the total of 6 goals as well. Meanwhile, the Knights saw 5 out of their last 7 meetings with the Pacific Division stay under the number. Give me the Underdog Canucks +1.5 and the under 6 goals in that contest. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys decide to sign up for a package here today, just keep in mind, we bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.